You didn't tell me there was a click in there. Son of a bitch. We don't want to click. Is it rolling? Oh, this is Andrew with the beginning of last. You're listening to Strange Blasphemy. Oh, fuck. You're listening to Sonic Label. Strange Label. Sonic. Fuck it. Cut it.
Fuck you.
We're taking it.
Worst episode ever. A superb choice.
What's the difference between your job and a dead prostitute?
What?
Your job still sucks.
Hello and welcome to Sonic Blasphemy. I'm Scrub.
I'm not Baldo.
Yeah, Baldo's not here.
Yeah, that threw me off.
Yeah, me too. And I'm Joshy B.
Yeah,
I'm Sheriff.
we all know you, Sheriff.
Right.
Yeah, Baldo's not with us again. He has to work.
It's just his livelihood. I mean, come on now.
I would have told him to fuck off. I got a podcast. I'd come in late. But yeah, joining us once again, our buddy Joshy. How you been?
Good.
It's been a couple months
Couple months.
since the last one.
Yep. And again, it's not the Super Bowl, so we got a good track record going.
It is good. It is good.
Yep.
So what's new with you guys? Anything fun? Anything awesome? Anything shitty? All of
It's
the above?
hot as fuck in Texas.
That sounds like a country song.
It probably is.
Sounds like the only kind of country song I'd listen to.
Yeah, more or less.
Not too many fuck words in most country music.
Right.
No. Except for Kid Rock.
Well, I guess he's country.
But I think once he went country, I think he stopped saying fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because
Hence proving my
Hank
point.
Jr.,
I was going to say, because Hank Williams,
he don't like Kid Rock much.
not anymore. They used to be bestest friends.
Yeah.
See, now if Baldo was here, we wouldn't be able to have a conversation about Kid Rock. Because he would have already got pissed off and changed the subject already.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, I don't know if you guys have been watching any of the wrestling lately,
No.
but
I'm an adult.
shut your face. It's fun for all ages, Sheriff.
Right.
Josh just staring at me.
I've never watched it. I have nothing to say here. I don't know anything about it.
Fine. Well, I'm just going to... This will be my opening monologue then.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, it was like a month or two ago. Stephen Amell, the guy that plays Green Arrow on the hit CW show Arrow, is... he was in attendance for a Monday Night Raw. And then one of the characters, Stardust, Cody Rhodes, the son of the late Dusty Rhodes, he comes out and he spots him in the front row, so he goes and they kind of do the little stare down, kind of talking shit, tough guy routine. So then they start like a whole like Twitter, Facebook battle. And yeah, so then he came back and he was on Raw this past Monday in the audience. And again, when Stardust came out, he got in his face, was talking shit, and then like shoved him. And so then he hops the barricade, runs in there, tackles him, starts pretending to punch him. And then they separate them, and they make a whole big thing. So now, coming up next Sunday at SummerSlam, Stephen Amell, the Green Arrow, will be facing Stardust in the ring. And it's going to be awesome. Or it's going to be fucking terrible. Either way, I'm going to watch it.
It's going to be bad.
Hey.
Stephen Amell's going to win.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Right. Yeah.
Or they could just totally, I don't know.
So, a couple of things here.
Okay.
First thing, Stardust totally just sounds like a porn star name. I can't take that name seriously.
Well, he's the younger brother of Gold Dust, if you remember him.
Also sounds like a stripper name.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gold dust, stardust, vag dust.
Exactly, right?
Dusty Rhodes.
Second thing, how often are they still do like weekly wrestling shows?
There's multiple.
Like 3 times a week, don't they?
Yeah, you got Monday Night Raw, Thursday Night SmackDown. They do the NXT. That's like the rookies. And then, yeah, still monthly pay-per-views.
Okay, so I lied. 4 things. Number 3, have you seen the video of Donald Trump doing some wrestling thing?
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
Right. The fact that this guy was participating in that and is now running for president.
Exactly.
What a great world we live in. I just want to say that.
See, I still want Jesse Ventura to run for president.
I'm sorry. He's
out there?
Yeah, he's a little too... Well, you know, when you start talking about, you know, like the vapor, what do they call those things? Aren't you the conspiracy one, Sheriff?
No.
Vapor trails.
Vapor trails, yeah.
Yeah. When you start talking about that stuff in chemtrails, yeah. When you start talking about that stuff in a serious way, I have to stop. But my 4th comment is...
That's what the chemtrails want you to do.
My 4th comment is, you know, I was watching not the show Ballers on HBO, but a different show on HBO. Can we just say, talk about somebody who took a pretty good situation, a.k.a. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and turned that into, like, an amazing thing?
Yeah.
Like, Fast and Furious, Be Cool, Walking Tall.
The Tooth Fairy?
Well, yeah. But, and you know, he does the lip sync thing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, talk about, he had, like, okay, he's got, like, 5, maybe 10 years in this wrestling thing. He made a good thing of it. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised more people don't do that. B.
Like Hulk Hogan and Suburban Commando?
Yeah. B. The fact that sumbitch is, like, as big and whatever as he is, can go on and do, like, the Saturday Night Live stuff.
Yeah.
And the lip syncing thing and not take himself totally seriously like a douchebag.
Yeah, there's very few of them that can do that.
I have to imagine he's a pretty cool guy in real life. I have to imagine. And if he's not, well, fuck it. I just want to pretend like he is.
Yeah, don't shatter my reality.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay, so what does any of that have to do with what I was just talking about?
Well, because you were talking about wrestling. Those are the only things I have to say about wrestling.
Oh,
I wanted to have some input in your conversation about play fighting.
Seeing if I was one of those that still was like on the other side of the veil, but still, you know, believed it was real, then I would be severely upset with you right now.
Well,
You are a little bit, admit it.
I am a little bit, just... Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's something to be said for the fact that they are physically actually doing those things.
Yeah.
It's more realistic than a movie.
It's scripted. That's the only thing.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but so is everything else you watch on TV.
Exactly.
It's probably less scripted than reality TV.
Probably.
But
I think it's the original reality TV.
Cops. The original reality TV.
Real world one. He's talking about wrestling and cops. Yeah, definitely.
No, it's still my soap opera. My name is Scrub. I'm 30 years old, and I watch wrestling.
You know, it's a shame. It's a shame that you're so anti-Apple, because there's actually a podcast where they talk about iOS games, but they spend like 20% of the time talking about wrestling, and they're all mid-30s, so don't feel bad.
That's all right. So I listen to other wrestling podcasts too. So
I don't know if I could do a whole podcast about wrestling. Maybe you sprinkle a little on top, like crack on a guy after you shoot him.
hey, they don't do that. They don't do that. That's all conspiracy too, like the chemtrails.
I don't think so. I think those are two different
know.
camps.
Uh-oh, Sheriff looks pretty intent. What's going on?
Oh no, he's got something to say.
I don't. I was just moving. The couch was eating me.
But yeah, either way, the Green Arrow will be teaming up with the Red Arrow, Neville, to take on Stardust and Wade Barrett. That's going to be pretty awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
And also at SummerSlam, it's be the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar again. And they're going to try to they're going to kill each other. I mean, that's what they're hyping it. They're trying to make that one actually. I mean, it's the Undertaker, so you can't really take any of it seriously. You know, the lights go out and he just appears, and all that shit. But
Bong.
They're trying to play it out that it's personal, like these two genuinely don't like each other. So that one will be fun. And then, yeah, I can't remember what else is going on. I don't really care.
So, I know you're looking at me weird because I'm standing up.
I'm wondering why.
I just want to be clear. I am a slave to my watch, and when it tells me to stand up, I stand up.
Why would your watch tell you to stand up?
Because I'm fat, and it's trying to fix that.
The chemtrails told his watch.
It's all the GMOs in your food. You need more Jesus in your life.
I need something, but that ain't it.
But yeah. No, speaking of wrestling, I'm going to take a little turn here.
Oh my hell.
So it doesn't
all day we're going to
It doesn't directly have to do with wrestling. The last episode we talked about Roddy Piper passed away. But just like all, celebrities that die, they always have to put out like one or two more movies or albums or something, even after they're gone. Roddy Piper's got a movie coming out, and it's called Portal to Hell.
What?
And I can't tell if it looks awesome or terrible.
Both.
But I've got the little thing. Well, I had it pulled up here. Where the fuck did it go?
While you
Window.
While
Yeah, I
you
got it
find
right
your
here.
stuff again.
What?
Speaking of dead people and making stuff, have you seen the trailer for the I Am Chris Farley?
I heard about it, but I haven't actually watched the trailer yet. I didn't want to cry.
I teared up a little bit. I didn't full on cry because the trailer's only like a minute long, but I imagine during the documentary I probably shed some tears.
Oh yeah, dude, I cried when they did the Saturday Night Live the 40-year special that they did a while back. And they did that whole segment of like everybody, all the cast and crew that have died over the years. Mm-hmm. That made me cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not too manly to admit that.
That's good.
If we keep talking about it, I'll probably cry again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sensitive.
I know, I am. All right, here we go with Roddy Piper's Portal to Hell. It says, the great old one is being summoned into the basement of a disused apartment building, and the only man who can stop Cthulhu's arrival is wrestling great Roddy Piper. So it's a Piper movie, and it's Cthulhu. Or Cthulhu, however,
Right.
if you're a dick about it. Let's see, that's the basic hook on Portal to Hell. And it actually has, the actual title has 3 exclamation points. So it's Portal to Hell! Yeah. Let's see, it was It was at the Toronto International Film Festival. Let's see. Yeah, they selected it as the short film. And sadly goes down as the final on-screen work of the wrestling star. But yeah, it looks pretty cool for a Rowdy Piper movie. Because it does look really cheesy, but extremely awesome at the same time. So yeah, that's all I got on wrestling. I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm done. I mean, I could just keep talking, but I won't, because it's making you uncomfortable.
It does make me uncomfortable. I just have no idea what's going on. You might as well just be saying like random verbs at this point. And I imagine you'd have to throw in some nouns every once in a while, but
Maybe a preposition.
nope, just nouns
No?
and verbs.
Yeah. How about an adverb?
We might let that slide.
Let's see. Yeah, that's all I've got for the wrestling.
Okay.
So if anybody needs me next Sunday, don't fucking talk to me. Because I'll have to work, and then I'll be watching SummerSlam.
So can people talk to you at work?
Only if it has to do with SummerSlam.
Oh, okay.
We got Fear the Walking Dead coming up next week. Does it start next week?
Yeah, I think so. Like why is my calendar on September already? Yeah, the 23rd, I think. So that's the same night. I'm going to have to decide between SummerSlam and Fear the Walking Dead. I guess I'll watch SummerSlam.
TiVo.
Exactly. DVR. I won't stoop to name brand recognition.
That's like Kleenex at this point.
Kleenex, Band-Aid, Jell-O, Sharpie. Had this conversation with somebody at work
Duct
the other
tape.
day. Is duct tape a brand?
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
the
it was
duct tape. It's got a picture of a duck, but it's duck.
Oh,
Yeah. It is a brand.
It is now, yeah.
yeah.
I think 3M just originally made duct tape.
Well, isn't that just fucking awesome?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is some killer radio, isn't it?
So,
Talking about duct tape,
So-
Sharpies.
There's a couple of we talked earlier this week. Well, we talked via text
Briefly, yes.
about that stupid video you sent me. The irritating one about the guy arguing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So where did you find that stupid video?
On YouTube.
What'd you search for? Stupid people arguing?
No, it went from watching different religious debates, and then you get the little suggested videos or related videos, and I just went down the rabbit hole and was just getting further and further, finding like people arguing with street preachers and shit. And so I got to that point.
So it's funny you mentioned the rabbit hole of YouTube. So my kids, they watch these stupid videos on YouTube all the time, and so we occasionally, when we're drinking and there's a lull in the moment,
Yeah.
we'll occasionally go to YouTube and pull it up and watch some stupid video. And sure enough, and I wish I had written down the title, but it was like Pinkie Pie and her porn addiction or something. It was some video, right? So we have outlawed rabbit holing on YouTube from the kids. They're not allowed to do that anymore.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
I've had to put all my kids' stuff. I've had to put it on safe mode,
Yeah.
and then I had to ground them from it all together. Because
Yeah.
they watch like all the like Minecraft and Pokemon videos and
Yeah.
shit. But then you get to the stuff that's just like some dude's making some random video about Minecraft, and then he sits and says horrible things. And then my kids don't know what those horrible things mean, and they start
Well,
saying
they
it to
do
each
now.
other.
But
Yeah, when he just turned 7, but a couple weeks ago, my little boy comes up to me, he's, Dad, what's a fag? or I can't remember if he said fag or faggot, but I was just like, shit.
You know, there's a George Carlin bit about, and I think it's a lead up into his words you can't say bit.
Oh yeah.
But he talks about how there's these words you can't say as a kid, and you don't know until you say them. It's only once you've said them that you find out you're not allowed to say it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Good times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing better than when a 7-year-old walks up to you. What's a faggot?
Yeah.
Where did you hear that? Grandpa called me it.
So I'm not gonna mention any names, but we were at my kid played in a baseball, kids baseball league.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're at practice, and the ball's coming at this kid, and you gotta keep in mind these are like 7 to 9-year-old kids, right? Ball's coming right at the kid. He goes to catch it, and last second he turns away from it, right? And one of the other 7 to 9-year-old kids goes, "Don't be a pussy!" Right? So then they get to have a team conversation with the kids, because there's no parents around, right?
Yeah.
About, you can't call people a pussy when the parents are around. You do what you're going to do at practice. We don't have to hear about it, but you pull that crap in a game, and we're going to hear about it.
Yeah, I've had that conversation with my kids when they start calling each other names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, look, that's one thing for you guys to call each other that at home. If you go outside this house and you yell that, you're going to get in trouble, and you're going to end up getting us in trouble.
Exactly. Yeah,
Do not go to school and call your teacher a cocksucker.
The stance I've taken with my kids is, look, you're going to hear some words, either from us or from other people in the house. And it should be pretty clear at this point that you shouldn't say them. And occasionally we're going to hear you say them, and we're going to laugh because it's kind of funny when you do. However, you shouldn't be saying them outside of here. So if you do, and we get in trouble for it, which we will, we're going to refer back to this conversation about how you weren't supposed to say it. And there will be no excuse. It's working well with the 9-year-old. The 5-year-old, I don't know. I think we're going to have trouble.
Yeah, they have a hard time distinguishing what's... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why 8 years old is the age of accountability.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't quite figured things out yet. That's the perfect time to ask them if they want to sign their illegal documents stating that they can be tracked for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we had... There's new missionaries. I don't know if you knew. There's new missionaries in the area.
Yeah, I've seen them. And every time we've been out riding our bikes or something, they're going the opposite direction, so I haven't had a chance to run into them yet.
Oh. Yeah, they stopped by. They asked, it was actually pretty funny. They stopped by and they said, "Hey, so we've been doing some fellowshipping with your neighbor, and we're wondering if you could challenge them to come to church with you." And I said, "Well, I would assume that challenge would work better if I challenged them to go to church with me instead of challenging them to go to church by themselves." The missionaries kind of looked at me a little confused. And they said, "Oh, do we have the wrong house?" I said, "No, you probably got the right house, but I don't go to church. No one in this house goes to church." "Oh, we were told you guys were members." I was like, "Yeah, probably on paper somewhere. Like, it's not worth the hassle for me to go get rid of it." But, yeah, how old's your kid? Because, of course, somebody's at the door. The damn kids are running around. "Oh, how old's your kid?" I says, "He's 9. "Oh, he haven't eaten?" No.
No, just
you guys
turn and walk away.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to stop by anytime. I got food for you. I got liquid for you, because you're fucking 20-year-old kids out here. You don't even know what the hell you're doing. And you're probably thirsty and you're probably hungry. You're more welcome to stop by. You can talk about anything you want, except for religion, because, no. You're not talking to my kid."
Yeah.
But, yeah, good times.
Yeah. I actually think it was last Sunday. Maybe it was two. I don't know. Yeah, I can't keep track of it. But, yeah, I've been working on my kitchen cabinets. So I've had, all the cabinet doors and stuff laid out in my garage. Painting and all that good shit. I think it was last weekend. Whatever. been out there all day, and then some girl comes in my garage.
And the story gets interesting at this point. Okay.
No, it just turns out that they're like new company in the area. They want to do the carpet cleaning. So they want to, we'll come clean a room for free if you sit through our spiel. You know, so I pretty much had to tell her, fuck off. Get out of here. But then later that night, and this girl was like I don't know, I'm really bad with ethnicities. But she was...
And this story gets even more interesting.
She was a shade of brown. So I would have guessed she's Indian. Whether it's dot Indian or feather Indian, I'm not sure. Yeah, so either way.
Hold on, did you have this conversation with her? Because that would have been fun.
No, that would have been
Stones
fun.
or feathers?
Yeah, pretty much. No, but later that night, you know, I get all cleaned up. We're getting the kids to bed, so it's like almost 9 o'clock, and I'm just trying to hurry and jump in the shower, and then I hear my wife and my kids like start hollering at me. They're like, "Somebody's at the door." Because my wife, she won't answer the door for anybody. It's always look out the window, see who's there. Because usually it's missionaries or fast offerings or, yeah. Mm-hmm. So they freak out, and I throw my pants back on, and I go to the front door.
Hold on, you didn't clarify. Did this Indian girl leave?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I didn't know because you were in the shower.
I told you. See, and that was around...
Putting your pants back
That was at
on?
like noonish.
Okay.
That was like noonish.
Oh, and you don't got that kind of stamina.
Fuck no. Yeah, so later in the evening, kids are freaking out. Somebody's at the door. And I thought they just, were just being somebody knocked. And then, so I, come out of the bathroom, I putting my pants back on, and my wife's like, go. Somebody just opened the front door. So I'm like, oh, shit. Run to the front door, and my door is like, it looks like you just pulled the handle and just kind of pushed a little bit, so it's just open. So I run over there, and I grab the door and fling it open, and I'm like, excuse me! And it was these two little, again, I don't know if they're Indian, Mexican, whatever. They were a particular shade of brown. Either way. But they're standing there, and the lady's, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you had a screen door. I'm like, does this look like a fucking screen door to you? Because she opened my door. Nobody opens my door and enters my house.
Deadbolt. Continue.
I know, I need to. But yeah, and then she's, oh, I'm sorry. And then she pulls out this little pamphlet, and it turns out they were fucking Jehovah's Witnesses. Or something like that. I couldn't understand what she was saying.
I think is the word you're looking for.
Either way. And we've lost Sheriff. Yeah, I'm dropping you, Sheriff. We'll call you back. But yeah, so she starts rambling off something and like showing me a pamphlet. And I'm like, no, you just opened my door. Just leave. Like, I'm not even gonna get into this. You just get the fuck off my porch. And then I slam the door. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nobody's been to my house since.
So I found that if I mow my lawn on Sundays in a tank top, I don't have too many religious folk come around.
Yeah.
'Cause they get the hint.
Yeah.
They drive by, they're like, tank top, and he's mowing his lawn on Sunday. He's not our guy.
Yep. I don't know if we're going to get Sheriff back.
I'm right here. Can you see me?
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, all right.
I can hear you.
I can't see you, so.
The call's coming from inside the house.
Yeah, so,
Cool.
I don't like when people come to my door.
Well, I've got this pretty strict policy on people showing up at my door. You should probably just not, because unless you've made prior arrangements, in which case I already know who the hell you are, I will step outside the door And I would give you maybe 2 minutes of my time. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. Except for the one exception I made for the missionaries after I found out I was an asshole. But you get 2 minutes, right? And unless somebody's dead, there's some problem with, my yard. Maybe my neighbor's house is on fire or something. You don't really have much... in my mind, you don't have a right to be knocking on my door. I don't know who the fuck you are. You didn't call me ahead of time, right? You're just being a bother at this point, right? I don't come to your house, right? I feel the same way about telemarketers, though, right?
Oh yeah, don't call me. Don't call me.
The benefit of telemarketers are I can hang up, right? There's always this awkwardness
I've got
with
a
people on
story
your
for
doorstep.
that. I got a story for that when you're done.
Oh, I'm done. You're good. Go ahead.
No, this was just the other day, actually. My phone rings. It's later in the evening, not real late, but...
Indian gal.
No, it was a guy, but it came up...
Indian guy.
Probably. I don't know.
I'm just saying you're on a bit of a track record here.
Yeah, the phone rings, and it come up... I don't know, the number kind of looked familiar, or the name on it or something, because it was like a business. And like, I knew better, but at the same time, I was thinking, maybe that's my insurance company or something. So for some reason, I was like, yeah, I'll answer it. But I don't remember what was going on, but I was already irritated. So when I answered the phone, it was already in an irritated tone. And I'm like, yeah, hello. And there's kind of a pause. And then a guy comes on, and he says, yeah, I'd like to talk to Mike Hunt. And I was just like, yeah, you can fuck off. And I hung up. So I think it was some fucking telemarketer, heard me already irritated, and was like, yep, not getting anywhere with this guy, so...
Gonna have some fun with him, yeah.
Yeah. And I can't say that I didn't do the same thing when I worked phones.
I was gonna say, so when I worked phones for about a year, maybe not quite that long.
As I'm gonna go out there and say it, I probably lost a lot of accounts for Sprint in the year of about 2004.
of the year of our Lord.
Yeah.
But
BCE.
I had this. I don't know how I got in the position, but anyway, we could go back and listen to some of the calls, and we had the outgoing and the incoming calls, whatever. And I never worked the incoming or the outgoing. I always worked the incoming.
Yeah.
But we did have one. And I had the MP3 of it somewhere, but it's been 10 years. But anyway, they call. There's this call goes out, and clearly they had been harassed by this number already, so they kind of knew what's going on. And the gal answers the phone, and she says, they start going, hey, this is so-and-so from Quest. We just want to talk to you about some of the new promotion. The gal says, oh, that's fine. I'm right in the middle of sucking my husband's cock. But... if you don't mind, I'll just put you on speakerphone and I'll just finish this off, right? So then you hear in the background, right? Like the ladies moaning, then you hear this guy moaning, right? Back and forth, back and forth. Well, the person doing the outgoing call, dude, they made it another 20 seconds, right? And there's these awkward pauses, right? Because they're like, yeah, and we just we got this new promotion on our long distance. We're sort of and, we could call back at a Morgan. No, keep talking, you're good. Oh, man, it was by far the best phone call I heard in the 9 months I worked there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Say the closest to that I ever got was a lady that told me she was going to take a shower. She kept mentioning that throughout the call. But we just did inbound calls. Mm-hmm. So she called me having a problem with her phone or whatever. And she probably mentioned 3 or 4 times throughout the call that she needed to go take a shower. Mm-hmm. So then when we're getting off, when we're getting off.
Oh, yeah, baby.
When we're finishing the call, you go through the whole, is there anything else I can help you with? Blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, nope, you've been great. I'm going to go ahead and take that shower now. I'm going to get naked and soapy. And then she hung up.
Nice.
And I was just like, son of a bitch.
So I heard this story from a family member, and apparently,
Sheriff, don't be afraid to chime in. You know?
I'm listening.
and apparently missionaries had stopped by like 3 or 4 times, right? And she kept saying like, "Look, I'm not interested in any of this, so I'd rather you not show up." And this goes on for a little while. Well, so the missionaries.
I'm sorry, I've got to interrupt you. Does your watch just motion sensitive? Because every time you turn your hand, that screen is lighting up.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure that's what it is, and it's not just trying to give me a seizure.
Well, it's both actually.
Okay.
It's anyway. So she looks out the window, sees the missionaries are coming up. She's like, "All right, fuck this, I'm done." She puts on a robe, right? She's buck-ass naked, puts a robe on. Missionaries are talking for a second. She just kind of slowly unties the robe a little bit, not completely, and just kind of lets the one boob hang out. And she just stands there for a second. And both these missionaries...
And who is this?
I'm not going to tell you exactly who. It was just a family member.
Oh, okay.
And both these missionaries, mid-sentence, they're just you keep in mind, right? They've probably been out half a year maybe.
Who knows?
They're not even allowed to watch TV. You sure as hell aren't seeing real-life naked lady boobs.
Yeah.
Right?
And if they're a good Mormon boy, they never have.
Exactly. So she says, they're like, we can come back at if there's a better time. And she's like, "Oh no, I've told you guys I don't want you to come back at all. But since you're here, we might as well keep talking." And she kind of slowly lets the other one fall out, and they're like, we have an appointment we need to get to." She says she hasn't heard from him again. So apparently, if you're willing to go to that length, the missionaries will leave you alone. I don't know if it works so well for you or I, but, if the wife would maybe take one for the team.
Well, I have no problem just taking my pants off, so...
I'm just saying, you've run around with another dude for a while. That may make him want to come around more often.
That's true.
Yeah, just saying.
Sheriff, have you experienced any of the missionaries down in your neck of the woods?
No, they don't have missionaries down here.
Yeah, they do.
I haven't.
They're
seen a single
everywhere.
Do you think if you drew a pentagram in something, you could use legitimate blood if you wanted to, but even if it wasn't legitimate blood, if it just looked like blood, if you just drew a pentagram on your front door, you think that would keep them away?
I don't know. I've actually thought about
maybe.
that, but my wife won't let me do it.
No.
We do have a different star out there. I might just have to kind of nudge it a little bit so it's upside down.
There you go.
And then paint a goat in the middle of it.
There you go.
What's the best thing about having sex with a transvestite?
What?
Reaching around and pretending it went all the way through.
Thank you, Sheriff. I got nothing now. I got nowhere to go. I guess we've got nowhere to go but up from here.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, you're an asshole.
All right.
Oh,
I had to derail that.
but I love you. But I love you anyway. Let's see. You had texted me the other day and mentioned that you had some stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Have we already covered that or no?
No, we've covered some of it, but we shouldn't ever talk without the record button going because we get a lot of
I think I'm just going to name this episode The Josh Show.
the Josh Show.
Yeah.
Every day of my life is the Josh Show.
Exactly.
You come over to my house, it's me doing 95% of the talking. But no, there's a couple of things that have been on my mind lately. The one thing that's been on my mind lately is, I've talked to a handful of people, right? And they're in engineering type positions, right?
Okay.
Different various levels and focuses, but they they're seemingly educated. They managed to get some kind of a degree, and but then they have some religious something, right? Mm-hmm. And you say, what's the deal? Like, clearly you believe in some kind of scientific fact, right? Because you couldn't do your job otherwise, right? Yeah. And I'm not really in a position where I could have this conversation with them because it's people I work with, and that could end poorly, quickly. Yeah. But you know, this idea that you have these seemingly logical people that have, like, this is the stuff they know, and they know it's true because they use it every day and it proves out. And then there's this gray area that they just don't think about. And then there's all this bullshit, right? Yeah. And so you say, like, whether it's good, you know, your global warming or your evolution or your whatever, you've got these people that they're like, okay, gravity, yep, totally on board with gravity. And I know it's true because, you know,
we can hear it above our heads.
Yeah, I have a ball in the air and I drop it and it falls.
As I don't know if you can hear that, and if you guys can hear it, but our kids are upstairs and I can just hear. So,
but you know, but there's somehow, and the reason I bring it up is because you've got these. They started the Republican debates, right?
Oh yeah,
right.
I tried to watch some of that.
I made it an hour. And I have some observations about that.
I made about 10 minutes, and then I just had to read the Cliff Notes.
But my thought is, you get these people who are seemingly educated, right? But it's like they can't. The initial step, good, right? Like, I trust engineering to make my cars, my airplanes, airbags, right? And that they're going to work. And how do we know they're going to work? Because science. But then it's like, well, politics come into the mix, and they're like, nope, I gotta go with the guy who's all about God. You're like, what? Like, how do you make this jump from every day, right? You're relying on science, but then when they try to talk about science in politics, they're like, no, most of that stuff's not proven.
It's like when in Penn Jillette's book, the God No.
Yeah.
When he talks about every time you flip on a switch, do you pray for it? Or do you just know it's going to happen because it's, you know, scientifically proven? Or every time when you're driving down the street and you come to a red light and you push on those brakes, or do you just start praying?
Yeah, then the car. Yeah, every time you come to a stop sign. So that was my first thing. Is just how do we? And we've got a problem in the whole country, right? Where it's like. They have to believe in some kind of science, right? Because how else could they function in the world? But they just pretty much assume outside of, like, the basic tangible stuff, it's just magic, right?
Yeah.
It's just magic. Like, my cell phone, it's just magic.
We've
my
got
computer,
technology and magic.
Yeah, well, but even the technology, right? Like, they don't... If they would ask enough questions to where they could understand the technology, if they would ask those same questions about the world, they'd be... Anyway, so that was my first observation. My second observation is, from watching those debates, we've clearly entered an area, a period of time where most people are just too bothered to even care, right? They want somebody to stand up on a stage and tell them how something is. And it could be total bullshit, but as long as they heard it from some idiot on a stage, they're totally on board with it.
Yeah, and especially if you're wearing a tie.
Oh, yeah.
If you're wearing a tie.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I saw this article about how as somebody who's running for, you know, any kind of Congress or running for president, as a male, right, you have to look a particular way, right? Your hair has to be cut a certain way. You have to have a nice shirt, a tie, whatever. And if you're a female running, you have to have a similar type of attire, you know, obviously without the tie.
Yeah.
But, like, this idea that, no, we don't actually care how qualified they are. We don't care how smart they are. I like their tie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. They chose. They really speak to me with that haircut and the no facial hair and the American flag pin and man, just how fucked are we moving? That was the only thing I could think as I was watching that debate, because every single thing they would ask these questions that could be answered in 30 seconds, and every answer, most of which were answered in 10 seconds, was some soundbite, because it's almost like they just know, like, nobody's going to watch this whole debate.
Yeah.
They're just going to watch the clips on YouTube, right? So I got to fit it into 30 seconds, because if I don't, they're not going to stick around long enough to hear my answer. So I got to make the answer easy enough for some moron to understand, but also I have to explain it in less than 30 seconds, or else they're going to go on to cats playing piano or your religious video you sent me.
I was just, as you're talking about this, I was trying to. There was a comedian. It was a long time ago. Probably 15 years ago that I watched it on Comedy Central Presents. And I cannot find it on YouTube. But he actually talks about that we should just get rid of the debates, get rid of everything, and just turn it into a fashion show.
Yeah.
But and he was gay too, so he just kind of added that flavor to it. But he goes off as like a fashion show commentator, and he starts naming. I think at the time he was still talking about George Bush Jr. and Clinton and Newt Gingrich. Mm-hmm. Starts naming them off, and he's just talking about them like a fashion show, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen, but I cannot find the clip.
So, you're familiar with Louis C.K.? Mm-hmm. I think I probably talk about Louis C.K. every time I'm on here.
Probably.
I got a man crush on Louis C.K.
Who doesn't?
I know, right? But he does his own shows where he produces them, he sells them for $5, and then says, "Hey, please don't steal it, because really, like, I'm charging $5 for this.
Yeah.
And if you want me to keep charging $5 for it, you can't steal it." But anyway, it was interesting to me. Maybe he has a publicist that is sending these emails, but I don't think he does. And if he does, then this publicist does a good job of capturing him. But I get these emails about once every 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And it's some mass email that he sends out to everybody. But I got one last week, and he talks about whatever. But then he says, I feel pretty good about the planet, the country, and my immediate surroundings. Even though a lot of things are a huge mess all over the world, maybe selfish or naive, or even callous to feel pretty good ever about anything when anyone anywhere is having a bad time. And there sure are a lot of anyones everywhere having a bad time, right? Mm. I was like, man, that fucking guy, he's got it figured out, right? He's like, man, I can't even be happy about my situation because everybody else is so unhappy that if I show that I'm happy, I'm some kind of fucking asshole because I am happy with my situation.
Yeah. That's why you're not allowed to be happy.
Yeah. Unless you're that... What the hell's his name? the happy song. Because I'm happy.
I don't know.
Ferrell. Yep.
No, unless it's Will Ferrell, I don't give a fuck.
You know the only reason I even know that song exists? Weird Al.
Yeah.
He pretty much keeps me grounded in like popular music, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way I would ever hear any of those songs.
his new album was so good.
Oh. And the videos were amazing.
Yeah. Because what was the grammar one?
Oh, fuck. I just showed it. I'm in a nice situation where when we have a low at work, we occasionally send videos back and forth. And I sent that video to the gal that works with me.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of a grammar Nazi. Which I respect that.
Yeah. And that's why I love that one message that I sent to you and Pretty Boy the other day. Oh. I love doing this.
I know.
As I'll find like a meme, or I'll just text something, and I'll send it to Josh and our other buddy, Pretty Boy. And so I'll just send it to him, and all I'll say is just, I'm going to leave this right here.
Yeah,
and so this one says, I take for granted people's poor grammar, more specifically how they're always thinking for all intensive purposes it's supposedly correct.
You know, and you know that
And I
it's
tried
just
to
gonna,
read that exactly.
You know it's just going to irritate the shit out of me for like 20 minutes. And then look, I'm a stupid country boy. It's not like I'm all that sharp.
Yeah, we live in the sticks. We're not that well educated.
Yeah, we're not educated. We're not properly educated to be handling this. But it still drives me nuts. I mean, basic grammar stuff.
See, what gets me even worse is, like, at work, you know, whether we're having a meeting, you know, like a management thing, or it's just an email that's been sent out by someone in upper management, and when they get shit wrong, when they use a word that you can tell they thought they knew what the word meant, but not quite. Oh, it just drives me nuts. And I'm like, this is why our company is failing, because we have stupid people running it.
That's what.
Hypothetically, allegedly, I didn't say
Allegedly,
it. I
yeah.
never said a word.
See, now I can say whatever I want.
Sheriff,
I won't.
Sheriff, you're awfully quiet. Do you have anything?
I just did you guys clock in for this show or?
I'm always clocked in.
Oh,
Fuck.
shit, was I supposed to clock in for the show? I can't ever get this right. You know what? I get that I've been at my current job like 9 months, something like that, right?
Yeah. It's been a long 9 months because, you know, for everybody that doesn't know, we used to work together. So we would have these conversations on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So now when I don't see him for, I want to say months at a time.
Yeah. Then I just come on the podcast and talk
and then
everyone's ear off.
Yeah. So I apologize.
Show. I need a theme song.
I'll make a theme song. I'll plug it in there.
You should do that.
Do.
It's the Joshy B Show.
But no, so I've been there 9 months, right? It's not that complicated. When I turn on my computer every morning, a little window.
You turn it off and back on again.
I'm supposed to. Anyway, when I log into my computer every morning, I get this little pop-up where I'm supposed to log in and start my time card. 9 months. 5 days a week for 9 months. I still fuck it up twice a week. I mean, how hard is it to just... The window pops up and... I don't know. I just don't know if I'm cut out for this whole working thing.
It's because you've been babied everywhere else.
I know, right? Oh, shit. Let me tell you. So
Here we go.
I used to do real work, right?
Sheriff, find another dirty joke.
Like manual labor. And I don't do that anymore. And so...
Not that you ever really did it, but...
There was a period for like 3 of the 7 years. But, I mean, even, you know, the day-to-day stuff, even if you're not working that hard, you're still physically doing things. So I've got this mower that we use. Let me tell you something. Desk jobs make, like, real work seem like it's so much harder than it really is. Because I know that it's really not that hard. I've been using this mower for, like, 20 years now. But, dude, it kicked my ass. I got done, and I was like, dude, I think I need to go see a chiropractor or something. Like,
I had to get out of my chair.
yeah. Yeah.
I had to take more steps than normal.
I had to, like, actually use muscles in my arms. Oh, God. Yeah, the wife says to me, she says, so you going to sleep all Sunday after that? Because you haven't done that kind of work in a while. I was like... Love you too. But
all right, Sheriff.
Dirty joke time.
Go.
The family walks into a hotel, and the father goes up to the front desks, and he says, I hope you have... I fucked that up already.
I know what this one is, though.
I haven't heard it.
He walks
So
into a hotel, and the father goes up to the front desk, and he says, I hope the porn is disabled. The guy at the front desk replies, it's just regular porn, you sick fuck.
Oh, I love that one.
it's good. It's good.
It's a good one. So, back to, I know we, Sheriff briefly touched on it, and then we got somehow horribly derailed. Fear the Walking Dead. Go.
Fear the Walking Dead. Go.
Okay, so pretend like I am a person with a wife and 3 kids who has no idea what you're talking about because he's so busy all the time, and explain to me what the hell you guys are talking about.
All right. From what I'm picking up, Fear the Walking Dead is another TV show based on the comics The Walking Dead, which they just, they have a TV show called The Walking Dead. This Fear the Walking Dead takes place before the Walking Dead TV show in the comics. So it kind of leads up to what's happening. And it's in a different part of the country, too.
Like zombie number 1.
Oh, okay.
Where it starts.
Okay.
Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows how to survive anything yet. It's just going to be chaos and zombies.
And it's in California, so they're all going to be, like, really fruity.
Plus the ocean.
Yeah.
In the ocean.
Yeah. So I was
People are going to try to... Well, we'll just go out on a boat and we'll wait it out.
Exactly. Those fuckers can't swim.
They're going to die of exposure or sharks.
They can't even open a car door. You think those fuckers can swim? No. So okay, I do have a question, though. I had this thought yesterday, and we can maybe talk about why I had this thought yesterday, but... So, let's say you live in, like, Utah, right?
Hypothetically.
And the zombie apocalypse happens. Well, yeah, in the this year it's been like 8 months. Typically you got like 5 or 6 good months where it's like warm outside.
Yeah.
What happens to zombies when it freezes?
Did they get snowed on and freeze?
Hear me out, right?
Because they haven't touched that on the show yet.
They've got all this like saliva and blood and right, but they never show them when it's cold. My thought is, those fuckers get. I mean, it's basic physics, right? You stay out when it's cold, those fuckers will freeze, and they're not.
Have you ever seen Dead Snow?
No.
It's Nazi zombies, and they're in the where are they? Like Greenland or something, where it's snowed all the time, and
you mean Greenland's not green,
right?
I thought Iceland had
everything.
snow.
I know is wrong.
Right.
Continue.
Yeah, they come out of the snow and they walk just fine. So.
Huh.
Okay, but if you're talking Walking Dead canon,
so we're
Walking Dead canon.
trying to it's trying to stick to reality.
they've got some kind of they've got disease in them, right?
Right.
And then that's why when they bite you and they get the shit all over you, it transfers to you, right? So it's like
Not necessarily.
No, because they're all infected.
They're all infected, yeah. So if you die no matter what, you're turning into a zombie.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we had that proven out when he killed what's his name, yeah.
Yeah. When Shane came back.
I like the way the comic book handles it better, but
Yeah.
but so what I'm saying is I want to see how The Walking Dead handles them going somewhere cold.
See, and they actually did make an announcement that we will not see winter on the show.
They actually made that, or you just
No,
jerking
they
with
did.
me?
There was a headline I was reading about that because, in filming where they filmed down south, we've had a unusually warm winter this year. So they're like, it's too fucking hot. We're not trying to make fake snow.
Right.
I don't know.
But how did they handle that?
I didn't read the
Really
article.
in the
I just read the headline. I didn't read the article.
Yeah, does it ever handle that in the comics?
I don't think it does.
I'm just saying there's an opportunity here for them to actually get out of this fucking mess. If
I want to say in the comics, it makes the same kind of jump that the show did, where it's just like, okay, that was quite a winner. Thank God it's over.
Well, I'm just saying, because you could have some reprieve, right? Because even if, let's say they're like some kind of dormant, like a bear or something, right? They go into hibernation when they freeze and then when they thaw back out. But you could have like a whole winter where you don't have to fucking deal with zombies.
Could, if you had a good place to, bear down.
Fucking Montana, man. Wyoming, those places get cold as shit.
I want to see some icy zombies.
I just want somebody to explain to me why they don't just go somewhere cold.
Then could you imagine, like, you got a frozen zombie creeping up on you, and they go to try to stab it in the head, but it's got like 2 inches of ice on it, and you don't stab through it, and then you're fucked?
Well, but how does the zombie move?
Like I said, very slowly.
Because they don't have things pumping and blood flowing and whatever.
No, I would imagine that they would all just kind of stop.
Right. I'm just a bunch of fucking idiots. These walking. I mean, I've been thinking that for a while now. I don't know why they don't hang out in trees. Every time I watch The Walking Dead, every fucking time, and I haven't
Build
finished.
some tree houses.
I
Move
got
up to the top story of every building.
Yeah, I got to the halfway point in this last season, but I haven't gone past that. I've been busy. But every time I watch that show, every fucking episode, if you just climb a tree, they can't get in the fucking trees. When you're out in the wilderness, right?
Yeah.
Climb a fucking tree. You got rope and shit.
Or just hide inside the tree with your girlfriend. Ooh. You probably haven't seen that episode yet.
No. But I just don't understand. Like, nowhere along the line, according to the canon, how long has it been going on? Like a year. The first season was like a year.
I want to say you're around probably right around 2 years.
Yeah.
Right. At no point did any of those guys go, hey, those fuckers can't climb trees. Maybe we should hang out in trees.
Yeah, but are you going to go find the supplies and
just gonna starve.
build a tree house?
No, think about it. Think about it, right? You're walking around, and you're like, it's getting dark. Let's put some kind of ramshack tent up in the tree. You climb the tree, you set up the ramshack tent. You don't have to have somebody keep watch all goddamn night.
That is true. That is true. And they probably are so just frazzled and stressed out that nobody thought of that. Or they thought,
science.
I don't want to fall asleep and fall out of a tree and deal with a broken leg and walkers.
It's look, I've seen these rock climbers, right?
See, but then hypothetically, we'll just say, what if there's some people that weren't really walkers, but they looked like walkers? Mm-hmm. And then they see you just hanging out in trees, sleeping. They'd still climb up those trees and fuck you up and steal your shit.
Okay, so
I'm just saying, whether you've read the comics or not, I don't know.
I'm just saying that it doesn't make any fucking sense
Sheriff
to me.
knows where I'm going with that.
I know.
So here's since you guys have this hard on, which I don't blame you for The Walking Dead, but you got this hard on for Walking Dead. Have either of you played The Last of Us?
Yes.
No, but Andy wouldn't shut the fuck up about it, so I've heard plenty about it.
Let me tell you, I know why he won't shut the fuck up about it, right? I'd never played it, and I'm chipping away at it a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
I think I'm in like the last 2 hours at this point. That does everything The Walking Dead does, but so much better.
Yeah.
You should play it.
See, and that's going to lead me to my next topic. I'm going to have to send you home with my Xbox.
Why? What happened with your Xbox?
It's got a problem. We don't need to talk about it on the show. We'll talk off air.
So, Sheriff, what did you think of The Last of Us?
I loved it. Yeah, I played through it a couple times.
Yeah. I made the mistake of going 360 last console, so I couldn't play it. But then they remastered it for the PS4, and man, is that game fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, it was gorgeous before, but now it's even more gorgeous.
Yeah. It sounded quite interesting.
Oh, it's better than interesting. It's one of the best. There's going to come a point where...
I think Andy told me all about it. Was it the clickers? Mm-hmm. Is that what they're called?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
those fucking guys.
Yeah.
Oh. you fucking throw bottles to throw them off because they can't see you, right? Which this is another thing I never understood. They're fucking zombies, right? Like, they're limited functionality, but they can still fucking see you? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but yeah, dude, it's seriously...
They're reanimated dead, but they can't see. That doesn't make sense.
That's the part that you can't
That's where I draw the line. That is where I draw the line. But no, anyone who's into that... And I think we're going to reach a point where because...
Sorry, we hadn't done that yet. So.
I would click with you too, Sheriff, but I can't. Digital, all that shit. I think we're going to reach a point where, because over the last 10 years, right, we've gone from kind of pretty much always shitty TV to, like, really good TV.
Yeah. TV is better than movies.
Than most movies, right? And especially, like, these long-form stories that they try to cram into movies, like a 2.5-hour movie. Because at one point somebody fucking decided that 2.5 hours was like the optimal.
Yeah, see, and I don't like that because then it's hard to... I can't take my kids to the movies anymore. Because they only make it about an hour and a half, and then there's... Is it over yet?
Well, you can blame fucking YouTube for that.
Yeah.
But
if it's more than 5 minutes long, it's too long.
Yeah. But, so, we, over the last 10 years, we've gone from mostly like shitty sitcoms like Friends and all that shit.
Yeah.
To some like... hardcore, legit, good TV. You've got...
The OC, Jersey Shore.
Yeah. You've got... what have I been watching? Yeah. Man, if they had had the idea for Lost now, dude, that could have been such a good show.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved Lost. I watched every episode at least once.
Too.
But, man, that could have been such a better show if they'd done it now. But, I've been watching...
I think every show would have been better if it was done now.
What's the one on HBO that I've been watching? The crime... True Detective. True Detective, yeah. Right?
See, and I still have... I've got that set on my DVR.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't watched it yet because we're trying to burn through everything else.
Yeah, so, like, that's amazing, right? You've got...
I love Woody Harrelson.
Gotham, the new season... The new series Gotham.
Yeah.
You've got the Hannibal show, right? Like, they're doing shit right, finally. There's finally a reason to watch fucking TV. Bloodline on Netflix, have you watched that?
No.
Oh, you should watch it. You would love it. It's only like 8 episodes.
I'm still trying to get through season 2 of Silicon Valley.
Oh my god. How have you not finished that already?
I watched like the first episode, and then I downloaded the rest of them. And then we started watching American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm. But see, there's another one, right? but I think you're going to get to this point where this same kind of shift that we've had over the last 10 years, you're going to see that same shift over the next 10 years with video games. And I think The Last of Us will be remembered as, like, that was when it started.
Yeah.
God, it's so good. I could talk about it for days.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing Contra with my son the other day.
Mm-hmm.
After
How far did you make it? Yeah.
I think we made it to about level 4 before it went.
Did you do the Konami code or did you play legit?
You have to play with the code.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever even finished the second level without using the code.
I don't think you can make it through the first level without the code.
Fuck. I saw this. There was this chalkboard in.
Sorry,
this pizza place.
I could sing the whole entire game.
There was this chalkboard in this hole in the wall pizza place in Vegas, and they had a chalkboard and it was like leave them like you could write some message or whatever, right? And
they talking about Domino's?
No, it's in
fuck,
that hotel that just caught on fire.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, it's this. There's like no signs for this pizza place, right? You just kind of have to know where it is, and then you go, right? And dude, it's some bomb ass pizza, and it's super cheap. Anyway, they had this chalkboard where you could, like, hey, write a message, and then they had these little pieces of chalk. Yeah, dude, I totally fucking wrote the Konami code up there because I was like, I don't have any like legit, like quotes or anything. Maybe so it goes, but I was like, fuck, I gotta be original, so I wrote the Konami code.
See, I wrote I wrote Sonic Blasphemy all over Domino's because they have their chalkboard in there.
The one in town?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. I was just having delivered.
I scribbled.
I'm usually drunk.
No, they had one of their deals. It was the pickup only deal. Mm-hmm. So I had to actually go in there.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was
yeah,
weird.
we typically only order Domino's when we're drinking, and we're usually too drunk to go get it. And sometimes we're too drunk to order it. So they have like an easy button in the app where it's just like, order what I ordered last time, and they just deliver it to you.
It is quite amazing. Technology.
Yep.
Thank God for magic.
I know, right?
Thank God for I've got a nephew that's got his driver's license now. Fuck. So it doesn't matter.
Well, and see, we had like a year reprieve, right? Because we had a pregnant gal in the group, so she was always like the gopher when we were all drinking.
Yeah.
But then she popped the baby out, and now she's drinking again, and now we don't have a gopher. Fucking kids. So I had this.
That's why you need nap time. For if anybody watched that video that I posted the other day.
I had this thought.
Chloroform.
Boom. Honey, I'm pregnant.
That's
good shit. Actually, the funniest thing about that was my wife found it, and she watched it 1,000 times, laughing her ass off. And then she showed it to my kids. She's like, "You better knock your shit off, or we're gonna buy this." So now my kids are like terrified. My little boy says to me, "Mom showed us a commercial for something that she's gonna buy, but I'm pretty sure it will kill us." Then I had to tell my wife, I'm like, "You gotta watch what you say to the kids. Because if they go to the school, if they go to school or something and tell their teacher this."
Oh, yeah. Fuck, they had that kid, what was it, in like Florida or whatever, where the kid got home from school at like 3 o'clock. He could get into the house.
Oh, yeah.
He's like 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
He's got access to food and water. He can call if there's an emergency. The parents get caught in traffic, so he's there for like an hour. The fucking cops took the kids away.
Yeah. I mean, that's even worse than that other one of those, I think they're in like Maryland or whatever, that couple that did the free-range parenting. So like their 10-year-old or 9-year-old was walking the 6-year-old to the park, like half a mile from their house or whatever. Mm-hmm. And people were freaking out because they're unsupervised.
Well, yeah, those fucking 6-year-olds, they're going to be dealing drugs. You leave them. That's when they get them. 6 years old, walking to the park by themselves. Next thing you know, at 8, they're just fucking running drugs for people.
Some bitch.
Somewhere.
Fuck off. Sheriff, you still there?
I'm still here.
I can't see you, so it's like
I'm looking up more dirty jokes.
Well, find a good one, because I got to pee.
All right.
Has it just been awkward silent the whole time that I went to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, we were listening to you.
Oh, that's awesome.
It wasn't awkward for me. I was just over here masturbating.
Oh. See, because if we were like, one of those, if we were one of those cool professional shows that go live, they'd be like, all right, we're going to take a break, and then like play a song or something. Mm-hmm. And they all go take a piss, do what you got to do. No, that's not how we roll. Mm-mm. Nope. So we will make you suffer through our awkward silence and listen to me pee.
Do you spend much time on Reddit?
No, I still can't figure it out.
That's where I'm at right now.
I put the app on my phone, but then I pull it up and I don't know what I'm looking at.
So occasionally I I find myself in the dad jokes area of Reddit.
Right?
Fucking hell, man. I love some of this shit. When is an injury pretty?
When?
When it's acute. Sometimes when my wife's having a bad day, I make it worse by sending her a bunch of dad jokes. She's like, how the fuck am I married to you?
See, and I sent my wife the fractal joke the other day, too.
You know,
And I showed a handful of people at work, and
none of them got it.
No. Although I think we got one like on Facebook for it, though. So possibly one person.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah. Whether he got it or not, he likes all our stuff. That's why we love Jay. We appreciate him.
Hey, Jay, you win a T-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I guess we can hurry and talk about that before we wrap up.
Right.
So, it kind of lost momentum. It was fun at first. A lot of participation, and then it petered out. So, the winner of Sheriff's Porn Parody Challenge is Jay Adson. Yay! Our number one fan. Woo!
You know, I used to be the number one fan.
You were, and then you got a new job. Now you're too busy. Now you don't talk to me.
Yeah, now I've got a real job where I do less work. I'm not sure how that works, but
You do less work, but you're more busy.
no, I wouldn't say that. I just do less work. So listen to this. A man searching for a mobile phone killed by roller coaster in Ohio. James Young rode the Raptor roller coaster at Cedar Point Amusement Park, then jumped over a fence to get his phone when he was hit. Okay? The coroner confirmed he was looking to retrieve his mobile phone. How the fuck would the coroner know? Was he standing right there? Why didn't he stop? Does the body tell him? Maybe he was just fucking suicidal and he dropped the phone. Coroner doesn't know that shit. This is why you
So
don't
is this
jump
like
fences.
is this like one of those? Is this like that hypothetical? You know, what kind of person are you? If you're standing there and you've got the lever to the train tracks, you can switch the track from one way to the other. And on one track, there's just a group of people. You don't know them, but there's a lot of people standing there. They're going to get hit by the train. Or on the other track, it's your grandma. Just by yourself, one person. What do? Do you save the multitude of people, or do you save your grandma?
Well, so let's look at this logically, right? You can't use the grandma.
Grandma's 93.
That's what I was just gonna say. You can't use the grandma as the
Okay,
other.
fine. It's your kid.
See, yeah.
your
See,
kid.
then you could use your kid, and every fucking time I'm gonna pull the other lever. I don't fucking care because I don't know those people. They could all be douchebags. Some of them could be child molesters. I don't know.
That's right.
Just saying. You use the grandma. It's like, well, fuck. The grandma's lived a good life.
She's had a good run.
Right? If she's my grandma, that means she had her kids, at least one, and those kids had kids, at least one. She's had a good go.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a train, so it would be quick.
Hopefully. It doesn't just catch your leg and just drags you for 8 miles.
So, let me tell you, I got this new game. It's our new party game, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. It's called Jackbox TV, Jackbox Party Pack, or I don't know. Doesn't fucking matter.
It sounds like what I do.
Yeah. But they had this. They one of the games you do. It's a whole bunch of people are answering whether or not a statement's true, truth or a lie.
Yeah.
And then there was another game where you fill in the blank, right? And so the idea is that they have some statement like a couple in South Africa died while having sex blank, right? And then everybody fills in
This
their
sounds like
answer.
that. There's a game we play with my in-laws. It's called Truth Be Told. Mm-hmm. Similar thing.
Yeah, this is more fun though because you can play it on your phone. Just saying.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, the answer to this there is a couple having sex on railroad tracks in South Africa. Of all the things in South Africa that could kill you, like crazy people in jeeps with machine guns,
lions and tigers,
or wild
and bears.
animals, or whatever, right? This couple thinks it's a good idea to
lions and tigers
fuck
cartels.
on a railroad. Yeah, cartels. This couple has this bright idea, like, hey, we're gonna fuck on a railroad track, and then, right? You think like you're having sex on the railroad track, you could probably feel the train a coming, rolling down the track, right? You'd be like, oh fuck, nope, I gotta finish, and
Well, that's always the thing is they look slower than they really are, so they're probably looking down the tracks. Yeah, I got a minute.
slow. They look slower than they really are. My wife says that to me all the time.
No, he's slower than he looks.
Like, he looks slow, but man, I can attest he is not.
Boom. All right. I think that about does it for us. Sheriff, you got any last minute nuggets of joy? You've been awfully quiet this episode.
I'm not near drunk enough. I'm trying though.
I'm getting there. I just finished off number 3, so
We need to do this at like 4 in the afternoon.
all right, in a couple hours I'll call you back and we'll just do a little.
Isn't that your bedtime scrub, 4 in the afternoon?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
That's when I start winding down. I mean, that's when we have our early bird dinner.
Mm-hmm. Your family home evening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, just because I have to get up for work at 2:30 in the fucking morning.
I got it pretty rough. I wake up at like 5:30, sometimes 6:30 if I feel like it. It's rough.
Yeah, I know.
Then I go grab coffee, drive out to work. Then I sit and drink my coffee while I forget to clock in.
Oh, man. Well, it's been fun for us. I don't know if it's been fun for you guys, but this has been a blast. Josh just made a noise. It came out the other end.
You can only have your body's got to get stuff out, and if you keep talking, it's got to come out somewhere.
That's true.
Well, and me, let's be honest, I don't stop talking.
Oh, man.
Sheriff's gonna be like, that fucking guy? No, I couldn't get a word in edgewise last time. I ain't going on with that fucking guy.
Hey, you did all my work for me. It was great.
I've never heard that in my entire life. I've never been credited for doing someone else's work.
Usually it's just me and Baldo just like staring at each other blankly. You got anything? No, I'm done. Sheriff, tell a joke. Come on, Sheriff.
What happened to the people that all said YOLO?
What?
They all died.
It's funny because it's true.
True.
It's true.
Well, I mean, it may not be true at this very moment, but on a long enough time scale, it will be true.
Yes, that's why it is true.
I'm just saying, it's not a true statement right now, because he just fucking said YOLO and he's still alive.
But he's gonna die.
What? Sheriff, why didn't you tell us?
Well,
fuck, this is how I have to find out? I tell you.
Yeah. We're all gonna die someday because that's the American way.
And I've drank too much and said too little. Gaffer tape in the middle. Save purse, save face.
See what's happening.
Shut up!
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
And that's all we got, so if you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you. Fiddlesticks.
fiddlestick.
Fuck! Ah! Shit!
For past episodes and merchandise, check out our website at www.sb3pod.com.
Don't forget to check us out on iTunes and Stitcher.
As well as strangelabel.com every Wednesday afternoon at 6/5 Central.
Check us out on Facebook and the Twitters at SP3Baldo.
And if you're not done with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Fiddlesticks!